All right, welcome back everybody. I thought it was about time I did a video that went into detail on how I wired my FPV kit. I posted some shorts and a lot of people in the comments were asking if I had a longer video to kind of show what my wiring is like. And so I figured it was about time I covered that. Now I am working with the Walksnail Moonlight kit, and this is paired with the Caddx GM3 gimbal, which gives me 3 axes of rotation. You know, you got roll, yaw, tilt, the whole works. It's great. Now, this is a VTX mount that I designed on SCAD with the help of ChatGPT, and the inspiration came from another YouTuber who had a similar design, but it was for the DJI 04 air units, and this is specifically for the Moonlight kit. So a lot of you were asking questions as to how I wired it, and when I first got my FPV kit, I know it was a question that I had a lot of issues with. There wasn't a whole lot of content out there, and there was people doing it in different methods. I'm going to show you 2. Anyways, without further ado, I am just going to jump right into it. Let me take the VTX and camera apart so you can see the wiring. Okay, really quickly, I just want to show you guys my FPV mount. The VTX slides right in here. It has this enclosure to make sure that there's a nice tight seal. And I have this 24-volt fan that I got on eBay for a few dollars, I think like $5 or $6. I'm able to attach it to the back of the FPV mount. I have it so that the fan is sucking air out. I don't know if it makes a difference. I've tested it both ways and both work. I have thought about putting this online for you guys to print. I'm not I'm new to 3D printing. I just got a 3D printer about less than a year ago. And so I'm still trying to figure all that out, but hopefully if you guys are interested, just reach out to me and I'll see what I can do about printing one out for you guys, or maybe giving you a file. On the VTX, I also put heat sinks that I got on Amazon for about $9. I put some on the bottom and on the top to help dissipate the heat. I'm going to show you 2 methods, the 2 methods that I used in wiring. This is the most up-to-date method and the method that I would recommend you do. And then there's another method where I used a XT90 adapter that you can buy these online any size that you want. You know, they have different ones. You know, these are an XT60, right? You can get them in any configuration, any battery size that you want. This was my first method. It wasn't that great. I wanted something that would transfer easier. And so, but I'm going to show you that as well in this video. So the VTX has its own power cable that comes in the box with it, and the gimbal comes with its own power and signal cable, one that provides power to the gimbal and powers the gimbal, and then a set that runs from the gimbal to the VTX and is how the VTX and gimbal communicate. So what I did is got some, I believe this is 22 AWG thick wire, and I basically got the ground connectors from both the gimbal and VTX, braided them and soldered them to a positive cable, and then I braided and twisted the positive cables from both the VTX power source and the gimbal power source and soldered those to the positive cable. And at the very end, I have a JS2 male plug. You can get these on Amazon. They're not very expensive. This pack of 20 cost me about $10. You're gonna need these for sure, okay? And then we're gonna use the female connectors to solder them on the plane. This makes a transfer from plane to plane a lot easier, just having this universal JST plug. Okay, now on the plane itself, I made 2 incisions on the positive and negative cable on the battery connector to the ESC, and I soldered 2 of the female JST plugs here. It was pretty simple. You know, I don't have a lot of experience soldering, so I was a bit nervous, but I managed. It's not pretty. I'm not going to remove the tape because I did not do a great job. It was kind of hard for me, but I managed to make it work. And I have 2, one that powers the FPV and one that powers the cooling fan. All right, it's pretty simple. Okay, now method 2 is a little easier, less daunting, less soldering, and may work for certain applications. I basically did the same thing, but instead of a JST connector, I ran it through a battery adapter. And you can purchase these on Amazon, eBay, almost anywhere, any of your hobby websites. And they're adapters, any size, right? I had an XT90, XT60. I'm sure they make them in any other size that you need. And they come with JST battery leads already soldered on. So all you got to do is, you know, snip here and solder, right? These, you know, positive to positive and ground to ground. But I did notice that if I was running a different size battery, I had to use another adapter. So before I knew it, I had 4 battery adapters, and this thing would get really hot. And I needed something that was more permanent and more transferable, more versatile, I guess, so to speak. I highly recommend the method 1. I think this is the best method, but this method works, okay? It's, like I said, there's a time and a place for it. It may work for you. It worked for me. It got me in the air faster, but I still would choose method 1 over method 2. All right, guys. Well, I hope you found that helpful. If you guys have any questions, please make sure to leave it in the comments below. I try to be good about responding to them as soon as I can. You know, this is not my day job, but it is something I do find a lot of passion in doing, and so I try to make as much time for it as possible. If you guys found this helpful, please give it a like, subscribe. I'm trying to break into the YouTube algorithm. As we all know, it's really hard. Anyways, if you stuck around to the end, thank you. And we'll catch you in the next one.